Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Bloom, Group Publisher of Roofing Contractor, and welcome to our Best of Success podcast show. It's such an honor to have with me today Hunter Ballew, the founder of RoofCON. Hunter, thanks so much for joining me.
I appreciate you having me on. Excited to do this.
Well, Hunter, you've got a lot of history in the roofing industry. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself, because you started as a contractor before you started RoofCON, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So, small town kid here in Travelers Rest, South Carolina. Most people don't know where that is, but up here in the upstate near the mountains of South Carolina, right on the line of North Carolina. And so I left town after high school, went to the Marine Corps. Then I was a firefighter EMT for 5 years full time, and I was making $709 every 2 weeks. And so I realized that was not going to get me very far to achieve the dreams I had. So I wanted to start something for myself. I started a marketing company first, and some of my first clients ended up being roofers. And as I was helping some of those guys grow, I was seeing them go from $1 million to $5 million, $2 million to $7 million. I was like, wow, I think I should just do roofing for myself instead of this marketing thing. So I started Cornerstone, my roofing company, in 2017. Those first couple of years, I didn't take it that serious because I was still doing marketing on the side. And then in 2019, I got pretty serious about it. Started building a team. One of my strong points was always recruiting. And so I started recruiting a team, building out the team, and we grew in 2019 and 2020. And then 2021, we were acquired by a public company out in California. And so some people know that story. It was a wild story. One of the not so great stories of we're starting to see it now with private equity companies that are going belly up or doing contractors wrong. And so I coach a lot of guys on that of what to look for, because I think that it's really important as a contractor when you go to sell your company, you do your due diligence on the buyer just as much as they do their due diligence on you. And so that company ended up going belly up. It bought me. So it was a really frustrating season of life. But throughout that process of building Cornerstone, I started RoofCON. Really, I tell people all the time, just because I missed the camaraderie of the Marine Corps and the fire department. I just wanted to be around other like-minded people. I felt like, there was a lot of conferences out there, some good conferences like y'all's conference, IRE, but there were some other conferences that were like just party scene, and not to knock anybody, but there was just some that I just didn't align with their values. And so we wanted to launch RoofCON to be a place where people of high integrity could come together that were focused on leadership and legacy. And so for us, from the very beginning in 2019, this is going to be our seventh show. We really wanted to focus on leadership development and building people, not just the roofing business. And while we have, 50 plus sessions with breakouts and main stage speakers that talk about how to build your roofing company, marketing, sales, ops, finance, all the things, at our root, we care more about building a human being as a better leader, better father, husband, mother, wife. And that's our number one thing. And we want it to be a family-friendly environment. We really care about that. And we kind of always internally, our tagline is we want to be the family reunion of the roofing industry. And that's kind of been our mantra, is we want people to want to come back every year. We went from 39 people that first year to 1,000 people. And it's been a great ride. And we're super appreciative for the industry, and we love getting to do it every single year.
Well, it is amazing what you've built, and it's really been inspiring to watch how you've grown, Hunter. You've really put your heart and soul into it, and it shows. It's definitely a lot of authenticity happening there. But let's start with just the basics. Hunter, what are the dates? What's the location? What does everybody need to know?
Yeah, we switched it up this year. So we've always been Q4. This year we moved it to January. It's going to be January 5th through the 7th. We also switched the location from the last couple of years. We've been in Nashville. We've been to Houston the last couple of years. We're in Orlando. This year we're going to be in Oklahoma City. So Oklahoma City at the Oklahoma Convention Center, January 5th through the 7th. Might be a little bit cold, but we're gonna tough it out. It's pretty cool this year because the Omni Hotel that we have kind of reserved for our folks it's not connected. Like there's not a hallway that goes straight to the convention center, but it's like I personally measured it, 78 steps. Diego took 82 steps. So you basically walk out the door, walk across this little service road, and you're right there at the convention center. And this year, we've done you've been to it down in Orlando, and it's this massive, like millions of square feet convention center, and you got to walk a mile. This one's not like that. You walk out of the hotel and you're there, and we have the entire convention center to ourselves. So the entire show floor is ours. We're really excited about it. We'll have, 180 or so vendors there, and then we'll have the main stage speakers set up at the end. I was telling you before the show, or before we started this, that we did something unique this year to where we're
Yeah,
doing
tell
a
me.
starter pass. And so people can come absolutely free this year. We've always done that for Expo only, but this year we wanted to open up and just provide more value, try to make a greater impact on the industry so they can actually come to the Expo, network with all the vendors, network with all the other roofing professionals, but they can come see the main stage speakers like Willie Robertson from Duck Dynasty, John Cenac, Clayton King, Chuck Toki, Tim Brown, Lance Bachman, all the people that are going to be speaking on main stage for free. Like no catch, no gimmicks, just come for free. Just show up. All you got to do is go on roofcon.com and register and get that free starter pass.
Oh, that is so cool. So what you touched on it a little bit, but what are some of the highlights that contractors, what are the takeaways that they're really going to have from RoofCon?
Yeah, so both on impact and income. That's another little saying we have is impact over income. So we really try to focus on the impact side and developing the human, developing the leader, making sure they're thinking about legacy and they're leading with legacy in mind, making decisions not for what happens tomorrow, but 5 years, 10 years down the road, or even after they're gone. A lot of our folks, I wouldn't say a lot of our folks, but there's a fair amount of folks that will bring their teenagers with them and kind of introduce them to the industry and show them what entrepreneurship looks like. So there will be a fair amount of speakers that talk about leadership specifically, but then there's a large array of speakers that will talk about marketing, like your Tim Browns and Joseph Hughes. You'll have sales process with your Chuck Tokis and people like that. Operations, there's going to be supplementing, there's going to be finance. There's quite a few this year. They're going to be talking about AI. I think that, AI has been coming for a couple of years, but I feel like it's really compounded in the last year. So we have quite a few people that are going to be speaking on AI and how to really use that in your business, not to just get more sales, but to make life easier, be more efficient, how to reduce your budget through AI. So we're pretty excited about that.
I love it. And so how do contractors register? Where do they go? What's the website?
Yeah, you can just go to roofcon.com, just spelled like that, roofcon.com, one word, no dash, RoofCon.com. You'll see it on there. All you got to do is click the register button, put your information in. You'll see the pricing, and it's that free starter pass that gets you the speakers and expo. If you want all the breakouts, it's $497, and then if you want the VIP party and the 2 lunches and the VIP Q&A and all the extra stuff, it's $997. And because this year we went to Oklahoma City, we were able to get everything a lot cheaper than Orlando because Orlando is more of a destination. So we actually dropped our ticket prices. Last year, the VIP package, the deliverables of that were $1697, and we got it down to $997. And the GA was $897, and we got it down to $497. So pretty good savings, like 40% on each of those two.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I know that there was one last thing that's really special, something really different you guys are doing this year. Why don't you tell everybody what that is?
Yeah, so the last day we're going to have actually my pastor from New Spring Church in South Carolina, biggest church in South Carolina. We got about 20,000 members, 13 locations. He's going to be coming out and he's going to be giving a sermon. And the topic of that sermon is going to be living for something bigger than yourself. Really excited about that. If you guys know Cole Taylor, he's a guy that's been to our event. He spoke at our event before, but he also leads worship for a band out in a church out in Tulsa. And so he's going to be doing some worship music, and we're actually going to have an opportunity for people to get baptized if they want to on spot. We've already got people signing up for that. We're going to have them up front. We've done this before at some of our retreats. We did it once at RoofCon with one guy. So we'd love for you to come be a part of that. And us making that starter pass free was because we didn't want anyone to think that we're trying to monetize our faith, because that's not what it is at all. So you can come completely free, see all the speakers that we pay a lot of money for free. You don't have to pay anything. We just want you to be there to experience it, to network. And then to follow that up, I just want to speak directly to anyone that's not a believer, anyone that's like, man, I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want anyone to, shove the Bible down my throat or twist my arm into believing God. That's completely fine. Like you don't have to attend that session if you don't want to. Still come get the value. I would just make a personal request. I'd hope that if you look into me, look up videos, listen to any podcasts, listen to this, meet me at the show, come shake my hand. You'll know that I just want to make a difference in your life and anyone's life that comes to the event. And I would just personally request that you do come to that session that's going to be on the 7th from 4 to 6. Clayton will be in there giving a speech, and I promise you that you won't leave there and think, man, I wish I wouldn't have sat there for 2 hours. We're not going to hard pitch you. We're not going to twist your arm. It's going to be great. And I think that even if you're not a believer, you don't want to be a believer, that's fine. We're not going to twist your arm. We just want you to sit there and see if you get something from it. And I believe that you will. I think that Clayton's going to do a great job. He's a blue-collar guy from the mountains here in South Carolina, just like me, and he cares a lot about people. He's not there for a show. He's not there to show out. He's just there to help people. So I would just personally request that you come, you be a part of it, you give it a chance. And if you walk out of there and you think, man, that wasn't worth anything, well, you spent 2 hours. At least you got the rest of the show for free.
I love it. I love it. It's really cool what we're doing, Hunter. And thanks again. Again, if anybody has any questions, tell me the website again.
RoofCON.com, just spelled just like that. No dashes, no nothing, just RoofCON.com.
Okay, excellent. Well, I know it's going to be a great event, so I hope everyone will go right to roofcon.com and register to come. And if anybody has any questions for us, it's roofingcontractor.com. And make sure you follow us on all our social media channels so you can stay up to date in all the great interviews we are doing, like we are today with Hunter. But most importantly, stay safe and healthy. We can't wait to talk to you soon. Hunter, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. See y'all.